Okay, it's a good hopefully you can't get a good view of my floor because it's really, yeah. It's a sight to not be seen. So, hey guys, what's up? I've been thinking lately, can we get serious for a video? Because the topic I want to talk about today is like always on my mind and shit. For being the age that I am, I think it's kind of unbelievable that I have the self-confidence that I have at this moment. I have a lot more good days than bad days in each year, and I kind of want to talk about how I sort of got that way in my point of view, and how hopefully if you have bad days about yourselves, and if you're watching this, you will probably take my advice and, you know, have more good days than bad days for yourselves. When I was 10 in 5th grade, I can remember the first time I thought I was getting fat. I remember looking down my shirt and seeing that my chest had gotten bigger. I thought I had boobs. I was thinking more about how this can't be happening more than a logical explanation to how my chest could have actually gotten bigger, and that I can't be fat. For the next 4 years, I was like, okay, this is just the way things are now. It could be worse, and shit like that. Then around 13 or 14, I thought, hey, maybe I should lose some weight. I kept telling my mom about how I wanted to lose this weight, and I kept asking her if she thought I was fat. She always says, Zach, you're fine, you're not getting fat, you're just getting, you know, you're just filling out a lot, and I never believed her. I was just thinking like, oh, she's just telling me that to make me feel better because she's always nice like that and shit. So I decided it would be a good idea to take matters into my own little 13-year-old hands and exercise. I wanted to do it the right way because eating disorders, I was very aware of eating disorders, and plus I really like food, so that wasn't an option for me anyhow. I started doing push-ups and sit-ups, thinking that all the junk food I ate would counteract with that, and you know, would hopefully make me lose weight. I do it on and off for about a year until I was 14, then my mom put me onto new medication for my attention deficit disorder. I slightly remember a side effect for this medication that did involve me having less appetite, so I would not eat lunch. Not because I was like feeling bad about myself, I was just did not physically feel hungry to eat lunch. So that suddenly turned into, it went from me not eating as much lunch to me not eating lunch at all. And then it progressed into me not even eating breakfast, because by the time this was all happening, it was summer. I was home alone most of the day, and you know, do you know any 14-year-old that would, you know, go out of their way to make breakfast for themselves or anything? Me neither. I would eat dinner and a couple of snacks throughout each day. I started to get lightheaded whenever I stood up too quickly. Then it turned into me seeing static, and then I remember one time I passed out for like a second. I fell down after I stood up. I like straight up like collapsed, knocked over a table. My mom was there. She freaked out and like, okay. So she took me to the doctor and we did a physical, and when I took off my shirt, she saw my torso, and after the whole appointment was over, she looked at me and said, Zach, I saw your ribs. And that kind of worried me because I didn't. You know, looking back at it, I guess I accidentally gave myself an eating disorder. I don't know. Oh my god, am I wearing this inside out? What is this? Wait, did I turn my phone off? No, okay, what? Get off. This has been on me all day. It's a good thing I don't leave the house. Oh my god, it's already ripped. No! Anyway, so then that kind of scared myself into eating again. Eating more, I should say. Because I was like 6'1", weighed 110 pounds, and that wasn't normal for me. Don't get me wrong, because at some points in the year, I still do kind of wish I looked the way I did back then when I was 14. But then I kind of remember it's kind of unhealthy for me to look the way that I did, I guess. I don't know. I don't even have a picture for you to look at, so. But don't get me wrong, I guess it was like not okay. Throughout the next year, from 14 to 15, I gained over 100 pounds, and I guess I kind of overdid it a bit because now I'm still kind of overweight. But what's really kind of funny about this whole situation is that the way I am now, I guess is what I've been dreading and fighting for since I was 10. That moment I looked down my shirt and saw my boobs. And looking back at it now, and looking at the way that I am now, I honestly don't give a shit. More than that, I like and accept the way that my body is now. And the biggest misconception that people seem to have is that one day you're going to wake up and feel the same way about your body that I do about my body. No, it doesn't happen overnight. Be real about this. It takes time to accept yourself and your body. You don't rush something like that. And I can definitely tell you it takes time because from 14 to 18, other shit was happening to me. Primarily me being in the loony bin twice in the same year and finding out I have diagnosable depression and anxiety, which I still do have to this day. I had to fight the urge to self-harm myself and put myself back into another eating disorder, this time on purpose. Because I was thinking like the whole world is shit, I'm worthless, and thinking about ending my life, whatever. This all turned from the worst time of my life into kind of a learning experience about life. My mom and it taught me that, you know, my life could be a million times worse than what it is right now. You know, instead of learning disabilities, depression, I could freaking have cancer or an amputated limb. And even for those that do have cancer or an amputated limb, they could think of something worse that could happen to them. It also taught me to embrace the negatives and turn them into positives. Like, here's what separates me from the rest, and that's why I'm worth something. Having a learning disability doesn't make me dumb or stupid, it just means I learn different. Having depression does not mean I'm depressed 24/7, or that I'm going through a phase or faking it, or I should just suck it up. It literally means I get sad, then I go back to not being sad, okay? You don't? You don't get that way too? And me being overweight doesn't make me less handsome or attractive, even though I hate calling myself that. It doesn't make me less than somebody else. Do you know why? Because you're not doing yourself a favor if your goal in life is to look like somebody that's not you. The norm nowadays is for everyone who feels like shit because of their body or face is to have a dream about having a body or face that is deemed socially attractive and turn that dream into an actual goal. If there's anything that I could tell anybody, it's that don't do that. That's toxic. Comparing yourself to somebody that you think looks better than you is kind of, well, actually, literally pointless. I know it's cliche, but think about it. There is no one on this earth that is better than you, because there is nobody else that is you. This applies to all the people on this earth. And I'm not just talking about looks, because if anyone brings up the fact that for every person that, you know, is you, there are 6 other people that look physically identical to you in the facial region. That's not what I'm talking about at all. Because you're more than just your looks. You have looks, personalities, abilities that make you stand out from the rest, and make you stand out from the other 6 that look like you. And so do they. So don't focus on what you want. Focus on what you have. Because you are you, and no one else is. End rant. And you guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this a thumbs up, share it with your friends who are feeling shit about themselves. Well, more or less. But, yeah, because I don't want anybody to feel bad about themselves, feel bad about what they have. They should feel good about what they have. Everyone should feel good about what they have. No one should compare themselves to others. Because that's not how it should be at all. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You should love what you have. You should love what you've been given in life, in body, and face, anything, everything. Everything in your life is like a gift. Life itself is a gift. Think of it that way. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go, and I will see you next time.